Hi guys, my name's Adele Onyango and welcome to another episode of Legally Clueless. No, seriously, I have no clue what I'm doing, but I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. And welcome to another episode of Legally Clueless. I'm super excited and hyped up today, not only because we have wine, but...
last time we did this, I wasn't drinking actually.
Yes. So we have wine, and Val is here. For those of you who have been skipping episodes, Val is my best friend, and we've decided to do this episode together because it is International
Day of Friendship.
Okay, well, on Tuesday. So it depends when you're listening to this, because when somebody's listening on Thursday,
You missed it.
You missed it, man. But yeah, so we decided just to celebrate our friendship and just talk about friendship because we've been friends for 15 years.
15 years now.
Yeah, 15 years. So weird. So we first met, 15 years is so long. I remember like when my mom would introduce me to her friends and be like, yeah, I've known her since high school. I'm just like, what body is Have you not met anyone in that space of time? I'm just like, guy, that's
long, yeah.
Time. But yeah, so we've been friends 15 years. We met at St. Mary's in Nairobi, the school.
On the very first day of school. Do you remember? It was on the very first day of school.
So, St. Mary's, we had gone there to do our IB, which is basically like Form 5, Form 6, right? Or your A-levels. I initially didn't want to go to St. Mary's because I was scared of the boys and I had how they can be so... They could bully girls. Let's just call it what it is. So I had heard that they can really bully girls, and I was just like, I don't think I'm ready for this. So I had been looking at Brook House, and we had almost sealed the deal. And then Brook House, their program was 1 year. So I was just like, hey, even faster. And then my sister Amanda told my mom, but Brook House, there's a lapse in their discipline. That's all.
It took for her to go like, no.
My mom was just like, say no more. So that story died. So I was already feeling like, Yanni, I was going to live the high life in Brook House.
Thanks, Amanda.
So anyway, I get to school. So I'm just like, remembering when I first saw Val, because she's not going to say this bit. So registered to go to Saints, and the first day is orientation. How St. Mary's works, it's from class 1. Is that kindergarten?
No.
So it's from class 1 to Form 4 is boys only, and then there's only girls in the 2 years of IB. So already that's like you come into the school, and I think IB starts at 3 weeks or a month later than the rest of the guys, right?
Yeah, they don't start immediately.
Yeah. So already there's all these boys. They're just like, this is a lot. Anyway, so you go into orientation, and everyone is in there. So
I just knew you were going to say that.
Everyone is in there, ugly ass. We're all suffering together. Ball decides to rock out, not in school uniform, in like home clothes. So I'm like, is this chick a teacher? Or is she one with us?
Let me just start by saying I am not that cool, guys. I just did not say like, fuck this uniform. I'm going to come here and show them that I am a hot bitch. I don't need, it was nothing like that. It's just that I think I get my last minuting from my mom. So we are running late with getting uniform and stuff. And they didn't have the uniform or something like that where we went. And my mom was so big on education. So I tried to tell her maybe I just skip tomorrow and go on this uniform, and she was like, I would rather die than have you skip your first day of school. And it was so mortifying. Like I found it was, for me, it was very embarrassing because I was like, because I really didn't want to be the only one, and it was such a long day.
Yeah. And then I remember it was still that orientation day. So one of our friends who at the time, let me just say at the time because I don't know if she listens to this podcast, at the time was very scatterbrained.
Okay. Okay, she's listening. We are not laughing like at you per se.
So immediately we got our locker keys. She dropped hers in the quadrangle. So the quad was like this huge space where assemblies used to be and stuff like that. And the classes were built around it. And the classes were 3 floors or 4 floors of class? 3, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so anybody standing at the corridors of the classes looking down into the quad can see, like, they have a bird's eye view of whatever is happening in the quad. So this particular friend drops her locker key in the middle of the quad. And so, since we've all come from, like, girls' schools and we're very innocent, we all bend, start looking for this key. And when we look up, there is like boys all around on all the floors, like just looking down. It was terrible. It was so terrible. But that's how we met. What was your most memorable moment, like in terms of our friendship in Saints?
Wow, just one. Mondays, we never used to have class in the morning. So that would be our time to catch up over the weekend. It was like almost 2 hours, 3 hours we didn't have, because it was classes, I think, for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And we didn't have 4 whole classes on a Monday morning. Oh my God.
You used to go to the library, right?
Yeah.
You used to go to the library.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then I also remember skiving, so...
I never used to Skype with you, Adele. I don't know who that is you would Skype with, but that's not me.
I remember it being Thursdays, and I really loved games because we'd swim, and I love swimming. So I remember Skyping all our Thursday morning lessons, because games used to be from 2 p.m. after lunch break. And we Skyped, and we were at your house. And then where
was my mother?
And then what was shocking for me is that I was dropped by the school bus to school. So I was in school and then left school to hang out with Val, and then came back at 2 p.m. for games. Like, I was just like, okay.
Oh my God.
Really, what was that we were doing, in all honesty? And okay, so that's not my memorable bit. My memorable moment was in our second year of IB. So St. Mary's always used to do this big musical, and they basically would force people to be in the musical.
Force!
Yeah. But many people wanted to be by their own volition in the musical, but this year, it was our second year, so we were going to have exams soon. And we had coursework that was due, and we just didn't want to be in the musical.
Yeah.
But they gave us rules that we didn't want. And then, oh yeah, I know why also we didn't want to be in the musical. Because, what is it called? Practice used to be on Saturdays, and no one wants to be in school on Saturday. So we missed a Saturday.
This is so terrible.
And it was me, Val, and then our friend who... Oh, now she'll know we're talking about her. Anyway, and another friend, the scatterbrained one. And so we Skyped, and we didn't think it was a big deal because they hadn't given us like major rules in the musical. Only for us to go to school on Monday, and the equivalent of a dean, right?
Yeah.
Calls us, and it's like, where were you guys? Blah 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 blah. She's causing like a ruckus. My go-to defense is always I was sick. I was like, yo, hey, the flu got me, blah, blah, blah. Our other friend says, oh, I'm a Seventh-day Adventist, so I was in church, right?
Which is true, because I don't know if she was practicing, but she's SDA.
Yeah, so she says she's in church. So I'm thinking, okay, this looks like we can get out of this one. Val is asked where she was. Val goes like, I was doing my hair. So now, both of us are looking at her like, Yanni, we were doing so well. The dean was like, that's very callous of you. That's why I really love the word callous, because those learned at that time, that's very callous of you. And then Val asks, what does callous mean?
It was a very interesting time. Even that's when, like, for me, we started partying also. Yeah.
Remember, I never used to drink. I used to have Lucozade in the club. And I used to go clubbing to dance.
Well, you was just 16. Can I just say that? You were 16. 16 in IB1. You were 16. So...
Yeah, and you know, we are here by the law.
Yes, we do.
Drinking.
Yeah, before you turn 18. Yeah, my first pseudo boyfriend.
Yeah.
I don't count my boyfriend till uni. So sorry to anybody who's going to listen. We dated in IB. Yeah. But yeah, IB also, yeah. I had 3 boyfriends in 2 years. That's not so bad. But she did start dating like 2 weeks after we started. Oh gosh, yes! Oh, but he was so sweet, and then he asked me out to be his girlfriend. Was so cute. He put like
I can't remember what did he say?
Notes and like flowers and chocolate in my locker, and it's like, will you be my girl? Like, how was I going to say no, even if it was 2 weeks?
Oh my god. Okay, so that's where our friendship began.
Yeah.
And but we didn't end up going to the same universities, but we still like kept our friendship alive, which I think was something else that we wanted to talk about, like how we ensure our friendship thrives. I don't know.
That's exactly. I'm like, you go first. I don't know. I think our friendship is just meant to be.
Yeah.
Because we have this kind of friendship where even if you don't talk for a while, we pick up where we left off.
Exactly.
It's very easy. It's very seamless. It's not
work or a formula or like a give and take, and no, it's nothing like that. So
that's not very helpful to anybody listening right now.
But we do make efforts to hang out. We do. It's also because we like the same. Do we like
not the same music?
In fact, we've only just started having like similarities in the music we like. Like
there are some overlaps,
Lizzo is like an overlap.
Yeah. Ariana, her new stuff.
Yeah. So 1 or 2 songs. Val is an undercover.
I'm an Oreo. Black on the outside and white on the inside, through and through. As in, my music taste is so white.
Yeah.
So white.
And I'm, in my next life, a rapper. So it's hard to mesh.
Your wine is moving so fast. Look at it. Anyway.
Did we put it in the glass just to sit? Anyway. Now that I'm over 18, I can have my wine. But yeah, so but we do make effort to hang out. She's friends with my sisters. So I love them. Yeah, so when we all hang out together, it's just like we're all family. So it's not something, and I think that's how, because a friendship is a relationship, you know what I mean? Because even like intimate relationships are built on friendship. So it shouldn't, if it's too hard, I think maybe you need to ask yourself some tough questions.
It's true. It shouldn't be so hard.
If you want to talk to them, like, and nowadays it's so easy to talk to people, even if you're not in the same country or you're not in the same city. But I think an effort needs to be made to like...
Because I have a friendship that I'm not sure about, because there's no, we're not making any effort.
Yeah.
And it's not me, by the way. It's not me, because I really tried, and then one day I just caught feelings, and I said, you know what, I'm just not going to make any more effort. And we've really not seen each other in a very long time, and I'm like, I think it was me who was putting in all the work. And even in a relationship, you don't want to be the one who puts in all the work. It's not fun. But another thing I also say, be careful. Of course the phone makes it so much easier. You need to be careful. That's not how you are aware of each other's lives. Like, I'm not finding out things from your stories or your Instagram or whatever. You know, you can send someone a text, or you can see their stories or their Instagram feed or whatever it is that they've posted, and you feel like you've been present in their life because you've seen something that they've shared on social media. But that's not the case. As in, the phones are great and everything, but face to face, like IRL conversations, or fun times, they make the bond so much stronger than something. Yeah.
And I guess that people can be more vulnerable when it's face to face than maybe online, because you don't want to share what you would share to one person. It's not what you'd share to like 100 of your followers or whatever, right? So you've talked about losing friends, and I think even together we
sips wine.
Together we have lost friends, right? No, but it's important.
I'm trying not to giggle because we are not being shady. It's just the way life is sometimes.
It's the way life is, and I think it's also a mix of like values and stuff like that. And as you grow, especially with like friendships that form in high school or whatever, you're growing up and people are either becoming more of themselves or acquiring some new value systems that maybe don't gel well with yours. And it's not like the friendship doesn't have to work by force by fire. You kind of just drift.
Or sometimes people don't grow up, so you outgrow them.
True.
You outgrow. You're like, the things you used to think was so cool 5-6 years ago are not the same things now. So if someone is still living for those things, then
it's
this
hard.
friendship it's hard. Yeah, it becomes hard.
Because how do you even meet them at their level?
When you left their level a very long time ago.
It's not really a lifestyle thing. It's just, it's growing up. And the things that are important for you. And maybe your goals are more mature. And some people are just not.
Yeah.
So you just kind of grow. So we have lost, I wouldn't say lost because we can still talk to them every so often, but we have drifted away from friends.
Yeah. That's why I say you're my longest friend. Like, out of all the friends that I've had you're the one who's been there for the longest. Because the ones in high school, we don't talk much. We don't talk much with those ones. The ones that from campus, same thing. So I don't, my friends shed. My friends shed a lot. Now I think I have like 2 or 3 friends. But I'm okay with that because I'm sure of the ones I have now. As in, first of all, I say this all the time and I say it makes me sound terrible, but I don't care.
Yeah.
I find people underwhelming a lot of the time. So I'm not here for a large circle of friends. It's just not who I am. As long as I have a few friends who I know will be there for me no matter what. Because you see, female friendships are baffling. I hear stories about who's this girl and her friend's man, her friend's husband. She stole. And I'm like, how? Where do you find these people? Because the women I know are pretty legit. As in,
like where I've gotten to it, it's so funny. I keep saying that it sounds so bad, but I'm not trying to make new friends. Yeah. I can hang out with people and have a really good time, but I think friendship is so sacred, and for me to be 100% in requires years, requires like me getting to know you and since we met like 15 years ago, so we did the work without it feeling like work. But now, can you imagine
making friends at this big age?
Yeah. And then like trying to sit with someone and it's a lot of work, and so I'm just like, no, we can have a good time. Like, I'm not against that. If you need help with something that I can help in, I don't. But friendship to the point where I can be vulnerable around you and like, no, I don't.
Because I say for me, I don't say friends easily. It's a very weighty word for me. By the time I call you my friend, I really mean it. So I'm very, especially because I write, I'm very particular with words. So if I me say acquaintances or someone I know, or my pal from the colleagues, let's not get it twisted, or my pal from the gym or whatever it is. Yeah. But by the time I say this is my friend.
But then there's also toxic friendships. And I found myself in quite a few of them. Also because I wish I was like Val. Like Val has zero time for bullshit. For me, I'll just be like, oh, maybe, she has self-esteem issues. Like, oh, maybe and so I will
accommodate.
I'll accommodate until I get to a point where I'm just like, hey!
And I'm normally there to say, I told you so. As if I'm not nice, I'm there. See, but I told you. So what did you expect?
And toxic friendships can manifest in various ways, obviously. But I think for me, what I've experienced is like people who are manipulative, quite like with their words or wanting you to guilt you into doing stuff. People who, what's the word? Like, there's just constant chaos and drama.
I knew someone like that. I'm like, her energy was just wrong. Because wherever she would go, she was just chaos.
And so then that makes me feel, because I'm your friend, that chaotic energy will affect me. Even if I'm not directly linked to it. So where our friendship is not us having fun times or us getting to know each other. It's so big. Like
that you cause. Yeah. That you cause.
It's constantly draining. And those are those friends who...
when you leave their presence, you're just tired.
You're tired emotionally. Yeah. Emotional.
Sometimes even physically, you're just like, my head is paining from this rubbish.
like it can't. We don't have a good time. I don't leave hanging out with you thinking, oh man, that was a good night, or like a story to tell. Do you remember that time?
Yeah.
Our stories are just okay. What has happened? How do we solve it? Calls and so on. And it just, when you're younger, it's not bad.
Exactly.
But the older you get, it's just like, honestly, who has the time?
You'll become more aware and more protective of your energy. The older you're, there's some things you're like, I'm moving differently in life now. So even there's some things I don't do anymore. There are some ways I'm not anymore.
Yeah.
So you're not as tolerant of.
You know, there's some friendships, I've never experienced this, but the ones where you're the one who's paying for everything. It's just like, you guys don't have your money.
Well, okay, I've never experienced.
So there are friendships where you are the one who's paying for everything, and I know a lot of those exist in Nairobi
right now.
Quite a few of them exist in Nairobi, and so you on a night out are the ones who they call you because you have the ride and because you're the one who's going to pay things, and you just have to think back to who's there. I guess how you identify, or if this friendship is toxic, like think back to the moments where you've needed somebody, and it could be a good experience or a bad experience, and have they actually been there vis-a-vis. I mean, it's not a give or take, but there has to be some sort of balance. Like it can't be you're giving your entire everything and you have nothing left for yourself, or they're never ever giving or helping you with anything, right? Because most of the times you don't have to tell anyone who's your friend, because I always keep saying, if somebody's your friend, they never want to see you suffer. They never want to see you in a bad space or whatever. So you don't even have to tell them, please be here for me. Like, that's such a strange thing to have to tell someone. They automatically get it and they will be there. So if you have to tell someone, please be there for me, or they can't notice when, hey, this chick has been silent, like, is everything okay? Something, you kind of just know, this is a weird friendship.
For me, I'm big on honesty. So if someone is dishonest, that for me is a hard no. Because I remember in IB, first of all, I didn't like it because I was bullied a lot. I really didn't like it. But I remember there was all these rumors going on about me, and I didn't understand. Like, it was, I really didn't understand what was happening. Until just before we cleared, I found out some chick, I'll remind you who, was the one who was telling people these stories about me.
Really?
But me and this, that's what I'm saying, I can't tell you the name now. But now me and this chick used to kick it a lot. We used to hang out quite a lot. Not a lot, but we used to hang out quite often. So when people see us talking...
Oh!
Yes! Okay, if the mic did... Then whisk, I can't whisper. But you see now people would see us talking, so they'd think that what she's telling them is true because we hang out. So why is she lying about... And when I found that out, I remember it was just before we cleared IB2. Since then, for me, I said, my friends, I'm going to keep them very small until I know you, because sometimes I see the good in people too easily, or when it's not really there. So I tend to, this thing when people are like, something about her was off. Yeah. I rarely get that feeling, as in I rarely do. So I'm just very, very careful. And then also, if there's like this thing where people say, I don't know if they still say it anymore, I hope not, Ati, if you find like my man cheating, you won't tell me. And I'm like, what is that rubbish? If you're my friend and you don't tell me, you're both in trouble. But I think you're both cancelled. Yeah, honestly. Because some of the things I see people do to their friends, and I'm just like, this is a lot of disrespect you're putting up with in the name of friendship. You don't need it. In fact, the way I see it, I find like we've always been close, but I found we became closer when my mom died. First of all, when she was sick, that's when we started really connecting, because you're the only person in my life who had gone through losing your mom to cancer. Yeah. And then when she died, you're one of the very people I actually know whose mom also died and from breast cancer. So now, I remember you say it often, like on Instagram or posts, like, first of all, we've now fought. And then like we've gone through a lot of similar things, but we're also still very different. So that helps. So I've come up with 15 questions because we're celebrating 15 years of friendship. Oh, that's why you were 15. Oh, that's cute. You didn't understand? No, I did not. Okay, so Val hasn't seen these questions, but I think it'll be so much fun. So, question number 1. And it's strange because we're both going to answer them, but I'm done to compile this. want to see how that's going to work.
That's okay. All right. So question number 1. Does your best friend prefer a dress or skirt?
Hi, Adele. Do you prefer either of those two? I think the answer is none for neither of the above.
Yeah. Good question. Okay, my answer is it has to be a super short skirt if we're going out. And if it's leather, even better.
Yeah, short skirts are my aesthetic. In fact, I'm looking for the shortest, nakedest one I can find for my birthday.
Okay, question number 2. First person your BFF dated after you became friends.
Are we naming them?
Yeah.
So I name yours or I name yours? Yeah. I know yours, Jonah.
Unlike one who dated 3-4 people. When we were insane. I just had one.
Yeah.
Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah. And which high school did your BFF go to? So Val went to Precious Blood.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know. My name was in Botswana. Yes. I just don't know the name, but I know it was in Botswana. 0 for Val.
What concert?
Wait, which school did you?
Westwood International School. Yeah.
Westwood. Okay.
What concerts have you attended together?
Have we really?
Kagwe. Guys, so no, and that's why I left this question. Yeah. So the last concert we went to was to check out
Kagwe's album launch.
Kagwe's album launch, and I've spoken about Kagwe's album on this podcast before. Please go and check it out. It's called Spectrum. It's awesome. And I was like, yes, we're gonna have fun times, blah 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 blah. And Val here had just gotten a promotion, so we're like, great, we get to celebrate that. So she comes home and we pre-game. And she finishes a whole bottle of wine.
Red dry wine, guys. Red dry wine. 14%.
Anyway, I don't understand red wine. So I'm thinking, she's okay. And we were really okay. We were both
okay.
Yeah. And so we get to the venue and, there are all of these artists who will be performing before Kagwe. And so we go to the bar and we're having cocktails. So the first round of cocktails were good. And then the next round of cocktails, Val was like, no, we need to have tequila-based cocktails. I'm just like, aye. So we were with another friend of mine. And then, so 3 cocktails come. We taste ours and like, aye, we can't. But it's like, it's fine. I'll do all 3. Like, okay, cool. I don't know why. Because I'm normally mother hen, but I'm just like, what else? Let's do this. 10 minutes. Kagwe's on stage and we're turning up. We're having a good time. Val is in her own world. And there's another girl that I know is another friend. She came and she was like, oh, it's good to see you guys here. And I'm so excited. I'm like, yeah, we're celebrating my best friend. She got a promotion and I'd forgotten the title now, the new title. So I was like, Val, what's your title? And she's like, at Miss Luile, which is her Instagram handle. I'm like, no, what's your title at work with a promotion? She's like, at Miss Luile. And then I just took my phone. Oh, was it your phone? And then we just called a cab. I was like, oh.
Yeah, mine, yeah. I was home by midnight, guys. Yeah. I was home by midnight.
Yeah, that was a good night, though.
For you, maybe. Mine was over the minute it began.
Okay, that was a good night. But this year, that's the concert we've gone for. But we may be going to
Conscience. What's May? There's no May. We're going for Conscience. What do you mean? But those ones you also went for just a band. Sometime randomly they were at KICC. I think they're also launching their album way back. You see, I don't even remember. Very long time ago. But other is not really.
Yeah, we need to go for more concerts.
Yeah.
What one gift would your best friend want for their birthday? By the way,
my birthday is coming up. So I don't know. One gift is come on, like. But for you, I know you like bags and shoes, but I find it hard to buy people shoes.
Yeah.
Like if they don't fit, oh God. But I know you like bags.
I really don't think I'm picky. I like the fanfare of having a gift.
Uh-huh.
Like it could be a spoon in there, but that adrenaline of like, oh my God, it's a gift. Like
me, don't give me a spoon.
But Val, I think Maybe the same as what you say, but shoes.
I love shoes.
Shoes, definitely. And a book.
Yeah.
Shoes and books.
But for this year, I want something different. I don't know if I can say it yet, but you can always just edit it out. That's the good thing.
Is it bad?
Not bad.
Okay.
I want a vibrator.
So I actually know this chick. She's called the Vibrating
Lawyer.
Yeah, so I've interviewed her before, and so she has. Maybe I'll just ask her.
Yeah, I need a vibrator.
Maybe she has
my
vouchers.
God.
Then you just go and
Gift vouchers from sex toys. Actually, she should have them.
yeah, so that you just give someone and then they go in. Because I mean,
Choosing a vibrator of someone is also
it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah, because the options
Yes,
are
a
so
gift voucher.
many, and you don't know what they're like. So
Yeah.
you don't know what to get.
And you
them.
could get the wrong thing.
And that's so much money on something I'll rarely use.
Yeah. I'll ask her if she has vouchers.
Okay.
Give vouchers for vibrators. What shoe size does your best friend wear?
We both wear the same size, 7.
7.
Except
yes.
I have a white foot, so we can't really share shoes.
Yeah. What one word describes your best friend?
This is going to sound so corny. But I'm going to say life-changing. Because I'm not just me, also what you do. As in, I read your comments. I like to read your comments on Instagram. And there's so many people who...
And they're less trolls these days.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
All blocked.
So that's where they went. I thought they just become nice. Come here, they've been blocked. Okay. But there's so many people are like, Adele, you've done this for me. You're my role model. You inspire me. I want to be more like you. etc. Yeah. So not just I'm saying, not just my, because I really can't imagine my life without you. My God.
Oh, that's so
Thank God you didn't go to Brookhouse. Thank God for Amanda. I'll buy Amanda gin and tonic.
And
the
their
next
lack
time
of
I see-
discipline.
Yeah, thank God for Brookhouse and their lack of discipline. Otherwise,
I would say a mix between self-aware and very conscious, like very self-aware. Like you cannot get Val to do something that she hasn't chosen by her own
that's
volition
true.
to do. Like, and that's something that is so many people don't have that. Like it doesn't matter like whether you jump or do cartwheels, if that's not what is in line with who she is or what she wants to achieve, she's not going to do it. And then like she does these, like your growth, you monitor your growth almost like with data, like It's amazing because not many people put that much effort into growing their businesses, into growing or tracking their careers and stuff like that. But the engine that's running all of that is you as a human being. So why not put that much effort into yourself? So I think you're very like self-aware and like awake when it comes to your shit. What is the best time you've ever spent together?
I can't pick one. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yesterday when I put on my stories and I'm like, it's always happy hour with you.
Yeah.
I know it's very corny, but it's true. It's always the best time with you. As in, guys, this energy you see online, now imagine it in person.
Yeah.
As in, it's just so, it's serious, it's fun, it's lighthearted, it's a safe space. It's all of that.
Also things going wrong.
But I think one of the standout ones for this year, it's going to get me in trouble, but I'm going to say it, is the day you resigned. We had such a good night, guys. I was getting home like at 5 from Mercury, and oh my God, it was
so good.
That was a good night.
That
was a very good night.
That was fun time.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was fun. And obviously that's like iconic.
Oh, and your wedding.
Oh yeah!
Oh my God, your wedding was so much fun. I remember the next day, because she hosted us so the bridal party, so the next day we had breakfast. And I just woke up and I just put on my dera and I'm like, I'm not shy. I'm not even washing my face. I just want food. So her brother-in-law saw me and he just burst out laughing because my eye makeup was all over. I'm like, I just want food.
That was so fun.
That was a good night.
That was fun. The hangover was not fun, but it was such a fun night. That was a fun night. And I'd add also this most recent time we went for the Nairobi Wine Festival.
Oh my God.
Such a good time.
Actually, I'm trying to write a blog post about that night because
so good. Hey, my night ended early. Someone here. But it was fun because at least we both love wine although we both have very different taste in life. But it was just
It was
fun.
so good. And we learned a lot about the wine. It was very educational, but still in a fun way.
I liked it. It was
And
really
we sampled from, not every wine, but we sampled from every vendor.
From every vendor. Yeah. So that was fun.
Yeah.
Is there, question number 9, is there any expression or phrase your best friend says often? I don't know.
I don't know.
I know one thing that she said often for a while this year, or maybe late last year. Val would say, am I living life or is life living me? And that thing used to make my day. It used to make my day. So it wasn't like over the past 15 years. That's really recent. But I don't know. I don't think I have a phrase.
I don't think we have a phrase.
Yeah.
No.
There's no one thing.
Yeah.
Okay, number 10. Has your best friend ever won anything?
Yeah. Oh, you. That's it. I think about all the things I won this year.
Yeah.
What have you won?
So Val won. It was a writing competition
Yeah.
with Yummy magazine.
Yeah.
And so your article was in the most recent edition of Yummy
Those guys
magazine.
have been good to me. I also won the trip to Dubai.
Dubai
the
trip
the very first competition.
She wins a lot of
I
my
do. I really do.
I don't think I've ever won a competition.
Well, you
Like a raffle or anything.
you're on radio all the time, so
Oh yeah, so I can't participate like terms and conditions.
terms and conditions.
Yeah. But even though I just don't have luck for winning, like those 2 raffles or anything.
Have you ever won anything?
Glasses. I won glasses, like 6 glasses from Uchumi. Back in the day. Remember when they used to like advertise the winners in the newspaper?
You on the paper? Oh, glasses.
6 glasses from Uchumi.
You're winning at life. Can I say that? Whenever people ask me how does she do it all, I'm like, even I don't know.
I don't win any competitions.
You can't have it all.
I know, right? 11. When and where was the last time you 2 hang out? Nairobi Wine Festival.
Yes.
Number 12. Where would we choose to go on vacation together? So I would actually go to Malindi because I know it means a lot to Val. And I'm not overly picky.
I want to go to South Africa with you.
Oh yeah, because we have to go to Joburg.
Yeah, Joburg. I want to see Joburg.
And turn up.
Yeah, and turn up.
Okay, so number 13. Oh, okay. Who was the last person your best friend kissed? Mine. Okay, this is not nice for me because it's obvious.
Yeah.
Because I'm married.
Yeah. Otherwise, she'd be spilling some major tea on her podcast. Like, actually, there was a guy. I'd fall off this seat.
But Val, I can't name names.
You can't name names.
Yeah, so I can't. But I know this. Anyway, number 14.
No, I did hope we kissed. You know, I'm not so. But I'm guessing it must have been part of the foreplay. Anyway, number 14.
You hope.
I hope.
Number 14. What was the best vacation your best friend ever took? Oh, okay. So yours has got to be the Malindi trip, right?
Malindi is always good to me. Yours, I don't know. Lamu with Falcon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait.
For sure. And Falgun did not. He lies that he liked it, but I think he was out of his element. Because it's very silent, and then he didn't know anything. So he's used to being the one who's like the tour guide for everything. But now we're all discovering together, so that was really out of his element. And it was a resting holiday, so I'm not trying to do much.
Yeah.
And Lamu is so silent, so he's just like, so we just sit here. I'm like, yes. Read a book.
And they kept calling him Vin Diesel.
Yeah. So they thought my husband was Vin Diesel because he had cut his hair. And so everything in the town was super expensive for us after that. And I was like, Vin Diesel is speaking Kiswahili. Sure, we like guys. What is one dream your best friend would like fulfilled? Val would love to live off of her writing.
Yes.
Continue being published. I don't know, what else am I adding on that dream?
And a steady friend with benefits for us. No, I'm kidding. Kind of.
Not jokes. Psych, not really. If you're out there listening, holla, hey.
Adele. I think you just want to keep living in your truth and your purpose and your journey.
Yeah.
Because it's so inspired by your mom. Because also your mom was very much like this. So I think just continuing to honor her and make her proud and sing what you do grow on a bigger scale and all that. I think that's
definitely it. And that was number 15.
Hey. Not bad.
Holla, friends with benefits. We can hook you up. You're listening. 0711.
To give out. Anyway, get you a friend who's down for the cause. Can you see? Like this, guys. Get you a friend who's like, you need what? Let's see how we can make it happen.
It's always so much fun having Val on an episode. It just becomes one big party. But as she's going to top up her wine, I need to shout out a couple of you who sent to our Instagram page, which is Legally Clueless Podcast, the names of your best friends and just what you really love about your friendship. So first up is Lavine. You sent a message saying, me and my best friend Brenda, we've been friends for 7 years now. Until recently, she moved to the UK for work last year in December 28th. Hey, you remember the dates even. And you say, I miss her so much. I miss the days I would call her anytime and she would receive, not minding time zones. Oh, that must be horrible. And we could cry and laugh for hours. But nowadays, I don't have someone to confide in. Most of the friendships feel so fake. I just really miss her. Please do shout out our friendship since we're 15 years now. We are 22. She's yet to turn 22 though. All right, but I think like even with, digital apps and stuff from WhatsApp to Skype, you can be able to still keep your friendship going. And then maybe it would be so cool if the two of you start saving slowly towards a target, say in 1 year or 2 years, and go on a trip together. Just some small things so that you can keep experiencing things together, even though you're in 2 different time zones. But that's gotta be tough. Next up, I got a message from this chick, Bouquet. You say, for International Friendship Day, I want to celebrate my friend Val. Oh my God, she's called Val too. And you say, we met in 2015 in uni, happened to be doing the same course, and we instantly clicked. She's way older. She's going to kill me, but she's 9 years older than me, but we have mature and worthwhile conversations. I love her so much because she tells me as it is, and she's my bouncer at the nightclub. Oh my God. And above all, she's always there for me no matter what. Oh, shout out to you, Bouquet and Val. Next up, I have a shout out to Christine from Brie Interiors. You say we have been friends for 19 years. Wow. And you say, which is basically our whole lives. She understands me even when I don't talk and believes in me even when I don't believe in myself. That is the sweetest thing ever. I feel like Val also does that for me, and I hope I do it for her. I'll ask her just now. Jackie Chero, you sent me a message saying, first and foremost, you've been a fan of Legally Clueless from the first episode. Oh, shout out to you. And you say, I want to shout out my bestie. Her name is Lillian Gatwiri. We've been friends since 2013 through tough times, and she's been there for me. And I just want to celebrate her. That's so sweet. That's it for the shout outs for this episode. But remember, if you feel some type of way after you've listened to any of the episodes and you're just like, oh my God, I want to tell her this, you can reach me on Instagram. That's Legally Clueless Podcast. And this podcast actually has a WhatsApp number. So you can chat me or send me voice notes. And the number is +254 768 628 790. I absolutely love hearing from you, getting messages from you. It genuinely just makes my day. And that's it for this episode of Legally Clueless. You can share this podcast with your friends. You can keep it for yourself. I'm not judging. Just make sure you're here next week for the next episode.